Hello friends, welcome to our channel. Today's video is on the 5am Club written by Robin Sharma. The author has beautifully presented us with the daily recipe of the elites to become one ourselves. In simple words, he wanted us to do the 5% which 95% of us are unwilling to do. He has taken the help of few characters to portray this message in the form of storytelling. The first character he introduces is the entrepreneur who started living and achieving her dreams of a successful startup, but in the course of her life she made failure and saw her dreams shattering in front of her. Next, an artist who was frustrated and was trying to refuel his creativity and build a legacy. And a billionaire with a string of successes and a desire to pass on his knowledge of how to live an extraordinary life. These three characters met at a personal optimization conference where the legendary business guru the Spellbinder was speaking. He was renowned for his talent of weaving magic and captivating his audience with the power of his insights. The billionaire was disguised as a poor man, a habit he formed to remind himself that money is not everything. He approached the entrepreneur and the artist after the Spellbinder's speech was over and offered to share the secret method to become successful only if they agreed to join him on a trip to become permanent members of the 5am Club. Both of them did not believe him at first, but out of curiosity wanted to give it a shot, so they did the same as they were asked.
They were flown to an island where they came to know that the secret philosophy to get big dreams achieved was shared by the spellbounder to the billionaire. He also taught him the technology, the tactics, and the tools to translate these information into results. Early the next morning, the billionaire explained them the importance of 5 am. Everyone has a limited mental capacity or cognitive bandwidth. So throughout the day, we give our attention to various tasks such as work, the news, interaction with others, and social media. So our bandwidth gets used by all of these activities, and by midday we face hard time concentrating further. So waking up at 5 am in stillness, silence, and solitude helps us to improve our brain capacity. When we are experiencing a peaceful 5 am start to our day, the prefrontal cortex of the brain, which handles rational thought, temporarily shuts down and the level of stress hormone cortisol decreases. So, the inclination to analyze stress and worry are impaired. At the same time, the peace of daybreak increase the production of neurotransmitters, dopamine and serotonin, which is responsible for our happiness. The result is that you can naturally enter a state of flow, being fully energized, focused, and productive for the whole day.
Throughout history, we see many great examples from novelist John Grisham to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam that multiplying effects come from waking up at 5 am. By analyzing their lives, the author has shared with us the 4 focus points of history makers. 1. Capitalization. It tells that what makes a legendary performer good is not the amount of natural talent they are born with, but the extent of that potential they actualize. Many of the finest athletes in the world had less innate skill than their competition, but it was their exceptional dedication, commitment, and drive to maximize whatever strengths they had made them iconic. Point 2. Freedom from distraction. Neurologists say that our brain has 2 parts, ancient, which warns and alerts us for our choices and decisions, and mastery brain, responsible for new, risky, sudden, challenging thoughts. So whenever we dream bigger, learn quicker, or try to raise our knowledge, both these parts get into a conflict. And if the ancient brain wins over the mastery brain, then in order to suppress our thoughts momentarily for a short period, it tries to distract us. So then we get indulged in all sorts of distractions. Point 3. Personal mastery practice. According to psychologists, Under Ericsson, in order to master any skill, we have to invest at least 2 hours 44 minutes daily on that skill practice for 10 years. But apart from skill mastery, we also need to improve the 4 central inner arenas in ourselves.
We have been taught that having a world-class mindset is the only pathway to success, but that is only 25% of it. No one ever told us that with a clear mindset, we also need the 3 sets togetherly, which are our heart set, our health set, and our soul set. So heart set signifies our emotional life and well-being. We can't intellectually deliver while our emotional life is a mess. Here Sigmund Freud says, unexpressed emotions will never die. They are all buried alive and they will come forth later in uglier ways. Health set is all about looking after our own physical health. Soul set is our spirituality. Therefore, taking time in a quiet moment of the early morning is to remind us who we really are and connecting with the best part of ourselves.
Point 4. Day stacking. As you live each day, so you craft your life. This part tells us that if we try to make our one day perfect, then at the end of the week we'll get a week perfect, then a month, and then a whole year, and so on.
But only waking up at 5 a.m. is not enough. We need to follow the 20-20-20 formula during this victory hour. Now what is the victory hour? Let's see. This is the time period from 5 to 6 a.m. in which the author has given us a productive routine to follow. The 20-20-20 formula says that in this early hour of the day, we need to first stay away from technology or gadgets and spend the first 20 minutes doing some exercise or yoga. The next 20 minutes we need to do journalizing, which is to write down our daily plan, goals, etc. And the last 20 minutes we need to invest in improving our skills by reading, listening to inspirational books, etc. The author has not only given us the necessary tools but also has shared the steps to install these habits in our lives. To install this, we need to follow the 20-20-20 formula for total 66 days strictly, because all these habits are hard at the beginning, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end.
So here rises the important question, where we usually go wrong. Point 1. The twin cycle of elite performance. Sleep is one of the key factors in predicting one's life expectancy. Therefore, how we spend the last hour of our day is almost as important as the first hour when it comes to peak performance. Nowadays, too many people are sleep deprived due to technology. Research reveals that the blue light emitted by our devices reduces the melatonin levels, the chemical that induces sleep. Being in front of a screen before sleeping will prevent us from resting properly. So we need to turn our gadgets off after 8 p.m. We should spend the rest of our evening chatting with loved ones, meditating, taking a relaxing bath, reading a book, and then going to bed by 10 p.m. This way we can positively maximize the value of our 5 a.m. time. This is a process that the billionaire refers to as the twin cycle of the elite performance. Growth does not happen in the performance phase but in the recovery phase as well. Point 2. GCA – Gargantuan Competitive Advantage. Mastery is a rarity and people who play at a brilliant level are a scarcity. Therefore, the powerful insight we get from here is that there is a ton of competition at the ordinary level, but there is almost none at the extraordinary level. Point 3. Learned victimhood. We adopt the paradigm of a victim. We make excuses and recite them, and this trains our subconscious mind to think they are true. We blame other people and external conditions for our struggles and failures. So rather than showing leadership in our field, owning our craft by producing dazzling works, and handcrafting our dream life, we resign ourselves to average. Hence, fellas, let's own our mornings and elevate our lives together and be the permanent member of this 5 am club, and let boost ourselves from average to extraordinary, and I believe that we all can do it together. If you like this video, then please do like, share, subscribe and comment down below your review on this book review of the 5 am club. Thank you, stay safe and stay tuned.